Mrs. Bush, thank you very much for joining our show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Afghanistan played a role in your life even before your husband became the President of the United States.
That's right.
In your new book, Spoken from the Heart, you share a story about writing a school report on Afghanistan. What was your impression of Afghanistan as you were growing up?
Well, when I had that report, it was in the 6th grade, and I remember it very well because I picked Afghanistan because it seemed the most remote and sort of exotic country, never having any idea, of course, that how important Afghanistan would become to me and to George. And at the time, we just made our reports from the encyclopedia. So I just wrote what I read in the encyclopedia about the farming, the agriculture, the grapes, the raisins, all those sort of things that Afghanistan had then at the time, which would have been about 1957, I think, when I wrote that report.
And as the former First Lady, you spent a lot of time traveling around the country speaking about issues, and you chose to include continued assistance for Afghan women and girls as one of the issues that you focused on. Did you find that Americans in general really wanted to help the Afghan people?
I really do think that. I definitely know that about women, the women of America. That after September 11th, when we looked at Afghanistan and saw the way women were treated and not allowed to be educated, American women were shocked. I mean, it was really, the contrast between our lives and the lives of Afghan women was so stark that I could see American women did want to help.
Going to the picture of the U.S. assistance for Afghanistan, given all the critical security issues that the U.S. faces in the country, should Afghan women's rights be a concern for the U.S. government?
I think they should be. I really do. I think the way, when we look around the world and we look at the way women are treated, in countries where women are marginalized, where they're mistreated, where they're forbidden from entering civil society, usually those countries don't treat men very well either. We usually find out that that if women are mistreated, usually is everyone in that country. We also know that it's very difficult to build a good, thriving economy unless everybody can contribute to it. And if half the population is left out, then the economy won't be that good either.
And what do you want the American people to better understand about the Afghan people?
Well, I want the people of the United States to know some of the history of Afghanistan, and that it was not always like we see it right now on television, that it has a very strong and proud history of educated men and women, and it can be like that again.